Hello, and welcome again to my pseudo Let's Play of Halo Combat Evolved.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Key's neural implants.
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour.
That line is actually directly from Aliens, actually.
I've detected Covenant stationary guns near the next pass.
Go figure, also said by a black man in the movie,
I call
so...
for Marine support.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element of surprise.
Kinda hard to have the element of surprise when your gun is super loud.
Let him have it!
Shade turrets.
Alert. A Covenant is making a run for that stationary gun. Take him out.
There we go, more dead grunts. This level is one of my favorites because it gives you the sniper rifle with an absolutely insane level of ammunition. And here you can see my pro gamer skills at work, obviously. Overall, making nice and short work of the Covenant. Some very dead grunts and elites. But yeah, this mission gives you the sniper rifle with like 68 rounds of ammunition or something along those lines. It is a crazy amount of ammo. And it works for the most part. You get so much ammunition that, like, you really have to try to burn through your sniper rifle ammunition in this game. Or in this mission, I should say. I think there's really no other mission like this one where you're given such a massive ammo supply of the sniper rifle. The closest that comes to my mind is in Halo 3, on the, when you're assaulting the Covenant loyalists to try and get to the cartographer on the Ark. I forget the name of the mission, honestly. And in that mission you start off with an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. And then there's like 2 drop pods that drop down to give you more sniper rifle ammunition in that level. And that's really the closest to this kind of level that I can think of. Where you're given this massive ammo supply for a power weapon and you have to make the most out of it. And in this game, this level, I make a mistake. Well, from what I remember, we'll see. There's a dead elite. I do love the music on this.
Covenant forces detected up ahead. The path up on the left should let us sneak up around them.
Ah, it's not this, it's a dead grunt.
We'll hang back while you get into position, Chief.
Right there, yep, I've stepped right off the cliff. Yeah, not my brightest moment, but, you know. Honestly, I think in this mission, even on the higher difficulties, more players die to falling off than they do actually getting killed by the Covenant. And here's my terrible grenade throwing skills at work. I'm trying to hit the shade, and I'm just failing terribly. Dead Elite. Man, Jackal's the overcharged plasma pistols were a pretty legit threat in this game, especially on the higher difficulties, where other enemies could catch you off guard with your lower energy shields. So, interesting thing, for viewers of my channel who do or do not care, I don't know. I got fiber optic internet today, so, which is the July 29th. So yeah, I got fiber optic internet. Thank God. And I can actually live stream now, so that'll be fun. They'll be seeing more live streams in the future. Using the shade. You can tell this is on Halo, on the actual original Xbox version, because of the way the shade turret's projectiles work. In the original game, every time you fired the shade, not only would you have 3 bolts, you'd also have a longer projectile that would follow along with it. The longer projectile would cycle between barrels, but you'd always have the 3 orbs of the projectile. This was changed in the PC port, which due to some of the graphical changes, that extra projectile would be disappeared, so you'd only have the 3 bolts in the triangle configuration shooting out of it. It's a very minor thing, but it's noticeable. So, putting the assault rifle to use at medium range. Music's telling me there's still enemies nearby, but I can't find any. Nice and handy invisibility there, thankfully, so I believe on the higher difficulties it's actually a zealot with an energy sword that comes rushing out of that area first. And having invisibility is really handy for getting rid of them. Invisibility when it was actually good.
Cortana to Echo 419, requesting reinforcements at our position.
Roger, Cortana to Echo 419 on approach. Contact! Enemy in sight! Crap! Those stationary guns are gonna tear us to pieces!
Putting the assault rifle to good use. Kind of don't really have a huge amount to say for this episode. I'm just kind of just watching myself play. Marines are very good at killing themselves when they're all bunched together like that. And also, you can bounce your grenades off of them, sadly. Oof! Explosions galore. You can see the frame rate kind of chugging there when I was playing. You can see, yep, they're right there. It balanced off of a Marine's head. I think only one Marine actually, or like 1 or 2 Marines got killed from the explosion, so thankfully I still have a good chunk of Marines. Here comes the Hunters, which I immediately kill one of them.
Covering fire!
Sniper rifle, doing good work.
We've secured the area. Let's square away the grab lift. Marines, prepare for boarding action.
Get up so I can kill you again!
Once we're
It's great
inside
stuff.
the ship, I can home in on the captain's command neural interface. He'll probably be in or near the ship's brig.
I don't think we ever actually got those reinforcements, so it's just, yeah. And, yeah. We shall see. Into the breach.
I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
Think maybe nobody's home. Nice shot.
Yeah, sword elites can kill Marines in one hit, no matter the difficulty.
Contact! There's no Covenant. You had to open your mouth. Like that. Way to go. Hold your fire!
Yeah. Something that's been very interesting about the lore about Halo is the fact that during Halo 1 and 2, the Covenant never really took humanity like actually seriously as like an actual military threat. Because the Covenant were so technologically superior to mankind that, you know, they wouldn't really try too hard, you know. Obviously this comes to bite the Covenant in the ass, especially since the Master Chief is here. Classic Halo tactics: kill the elite, and then the others panic. There's something actually that is very consistent with Halo 1. The first, like, 3 levels, the first 4 levels of the game, actually, you have Marine support throughout most of it.
We can use the side passage.
Starting with Assault on the Control Room, it's just you. And you do get a little bit of Marine support in that level, but after that point, Marine support is non-existent in the
We
game.
can find a way to open this door.
Look at the blood splatter on the floor. Some great stuff. Something that definitely Halo hasn't done as much in the newer games. Something that's not really touched on in this game, obviously because this is the first game, so they didn't really have a huge amount of lore to go on. But it's the fact that in Halo, the Covenant didn't actually have any AI,
That's the locked
really.
door down there.
They actually viewed AI as heretical,
Must be somewhere in this room.
as heresy, so they outright didn't use AI. It was one of the only things that the humans, you know, the UNSC, actually had better than the Covenant, was the use of AI and AI technology. This is actually something that I think I've heard somewhere. I don't know how true it is. But in Halo Combat Evolved, the assault rifle actually gets a small bonus multiplier for getting headshots. Which is why in the Master Chief Collection with the Grunt skull on, you can get the Grunt confetti explosion with the assault rifle, because in Halo Combat Evolved, the assault rifle does actually do a headshot multiplier. It's not an instant kill like the pistol or sniper rifle is, but it does do more damage with a headshot. And considering with grunts, their center of mass also kind of includes their head, that's why you can kill grunts very quickly with the assault rifle. Here I am killing all of the enemies. Vaporized.
Alright, everybody stay cool. Yell if you see anything.
I think they actually... that line was supposed to play before you leave them, but, whatever. Halo Covenant, or, well, Covenant ship design. Very interesting. And at this point, for some reason, the Marines wouldn't follow me. It's very bizarre. Or if they do end up following me, it's very delayed. Ooh, that's a lucky stick on the Jackal. Yeah, sometimes the Marines AI does bug out. They're kind of just stuck there, they don't want to move. And in Halo Combat Evolved, you cannot move your allies. They are solid walls. You can shoot them, but, you know, not exactly the best choice. I love the sound design of this game. It's very nostalgic. I was like, there's the Marines, it's about time. I'm honestly not really sure if those were the actual Marines that finally started moving, or if it just spawned a new squad of Marines. Yeah, the funny thing about the Marines in this game is they would be a lot more effective if they would just squeeze the trigger and fire full auto. But unfortunately they don't for some reason. Well, we're down to two Marines left. Yeah, Marines in Halo Combat Evolved don't, they do not last for very long. Because they don't have a lot of health. Like I said, it's not helped by the fact that they don't really use their assault rifle to the best of their ability, because if they fired full auto a lot more often, really, the way they fire, the best weapons that the Marines could carry is actually the plasma rifle.
Cortana. We can't hold them off all day.
Working on it.
See, Halo's always had firefight wave scenario type engagements. Even as far back as Halo 1. You're stuck in this room, you can't leave. Yeah, this is where I screw up. The hunters got me.
Hey, which way should we go now? All the doors on this level are locked.
Wait a moment. I'm going to access the Covenant BattleNet and locate an override code to open a door.
You better hurry, Cortana. We can't hold them off all day.
Working on it.
Yeah, now that I can live stream properly, I might actually be doing some Halo live streams of me just playing Halo just for the hell of it. Might actually work best for, like, say, a firefight or something along those lines.
Cover fire! You lousy bastard! Who else?
Yeah, I suck at this game sometimes, but just straight up, I suck sometimes. Melee the hunter to death. There we go, dead hunters.
Got it. The door is open. Everyone should move through now. I can't guarantee that it won't lock again when it closes.
Unfortunately. Yeah, the elites will actually reload the Needler in this game. I think the grunts will too, but they fire it so slowly that usually they only get off a few shots before you kill them. The elites will straight up empty the entire magazine of the Needler at you, and then they'll go to reload it, which is a very nice, cool detail. It's something they kind of don't have in later games. The enemy AI just has an infinite, bottomless magazine, so they don't ever have to reload. Invisible grenades. Or invisible elites, I should say.
I'm going to call for reinforcements. There's no sense going in with anything less than full strength.
Cortana to Bowhammer. We need additional support troops. We're going to open the shuttle bay door again. Move in and drop off reserve troops on my signal.
I copy, Cortana. Echo 419 standing by for your signal.
No scoping like a boss. There's actually a really cool little thing that happens obviously if you have no Marines, you can have more brought in. Something that's kind of interactive that
The shuttle bay door is open.
doesn't really happen in later games. If you're out of Marines, you're just out of Marines. Although I do believe this is the only level where active Marine reinforcements are a thing. very cool moment in this level. How the Covenant don't just shoot down the dropship as soon as it leaves is beyond me, but you know, plot armor.
Watch it, Marine! Firing!
And we've already lost 2 Marines, including Johnson again. Because at this time of the game, Johnson wasn't he wasn't a main character, as it were. He was just another Marine.
Oh, sorry. That got him.
Marines are very good at dying in this level. I don't know why. Time for the plasma rifle, which in this game actually has a unique mechanic that the plasma rifle wouldn't have in later games. It's still pretty decent at stripping energy shields, obviously, but more importantly, the plasma rifles actually has a stunning ability. Shooting an enemy will stun them with the plasma rifle. The same thing also applies for the plasma pistol. You can, if you rapid fire both either the plasma rifle or plasma pistol, you'll actually stun the enemy that you're shooting. So it's a very interesting ability that they didn't keep for some reason. Plasma rifle is a very, very cool color. Apparently, the original plasma rifle, instead of having a heat gauge on the side, it actually had a series of glyphs on it that effectively they would show the battery level of the gun. And so the more you shot it, these glyphs would fade away and disappear, showing you how much ammo the plasma rifle had. That's something that they removed between the original, between the beta build of Halo Combat Evolved and the actual final release. They added a heat gauge to the weapon instead.
Take that!
Which I believe in Halo 1, the plasma rifle has 200 shots with a full battery. Something along those lines. I might be incorrect on that. But I know it's only like 200 or 300 shots.
Captain's transponder signal is strong. We must be close.
This is a good spot, Chief. Find the store here while you go after the captain. Good luck, sir.
Except we're going to come back and you are going to all be dead. Yeah. Aliens with energy swords are no joke in this game. They will straight up murder you with a single hit on normal or higher. On easy, it's 3 hits to kill, but there's actually something I've noticed in from the video I was talking about, I think in the previous episode, about the Halo Combat Evolved beta thing that they somebody got a hold of, the pre-beta version thing before it released. And some of the changes included the fact that Halo Combat Evolved was originally supposed to have the flamethrower. I don't really know why they didn't include the flamethrower in the game. The Wraith was originally a drivable option in the beta. Not as like a mod, not like a mod to take control of an elite, but like just the actual Wraith vehicle. This is something I always love doing. Boom! 1 shot, 2 kills.
We must be in the brig. These look like holding cells. There are probably multiple detention stations.
Indeed,
Captain must
Cortana.
be in one of them. We need to keep
But,
looking for him.
Ooh, invisibility. But yeah, in this Halo Combat Evolved beta thing, the plasma rifle had a battery gauge instead of a heat gauge. The Wraith was drivable. Energy sword wielding elites on normal they took 3 hits to kill a Marine instead of 1. And a few other changes. You could carry more ammunition with the shotgun and assault rifle than you can in the final game. And the Needler. Apparently in the Halo CE beta, the Needler could carry like 260 rounds of ammunition, which was crazy. Plasma rifle. And here's one of the most heavy-handed storytelling moments of Halo
Coming
1.
here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks.
Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I have intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
I love how
Chief, you have the point.
full-on, like, gung-ho Captain Keyes is in this game. It's great. He was an
We should
amazing
head back to the
character.
shuttle bay and call for evac.
Let me get that for you.
But yeah, kind of a heavy-handed approach. Obviously, they would change some details in the later Halo games, specifically the fact that, not so much that Halo is a weapon, but more so that Halo would send people on the Great Journey to complete the Covenant's religious quest, and yeah. Not so much a weapon, though. They changed that in the later games, so... I will say, completing this part of the mission on Legendary can be quite frustrating, because you have to protect Captain Keyes. You have to keep him alive.
That's what I'm talking about.
And, just like the Marines, Captain Keyes, for one thing, doesn't have a very good survival instinct, because he likes to charge ahead, as you noticed. And for two, he doesn't have a lot of health, so he's very easily killed. And if he dies, it's just as if you died, so you go back to the previous checkpoint. I do believe this is the only time in Halo ever that you have actually has an objective that you have to protect or you die. Invisible elites.
Cortana to Echo 419. We have the captain and need extraction on the double.
Negative, Cortana. I've been engaged by Covenant air patrols, and I'm having a tough time shaking them. You'll be better off finding your own ride.
Sorry. Acknowledged, Foehammer. Cortana out.
Air support is cut off, Captain. We need to hold here until she can move in.
Oh, man. Here, we're screwed. We're screwed, man.
Stow the belly aching, soldier. Remember, you're a leatherneck. Cortana, if you and the Chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Yes, Captain. There's a Covenant dropship still docked.
This section, specifically on Legendary, is very hard because you have multiple Covenant coming in all at the same time. And on Legendary, it can be quite difficult because it's not just grunts, it's also an elite out each entrance. Fortunately for this playthrough, I was just playing on normal, so not super hard. This is actually leading one of my favorite cutscenes in the level, in the game, really, so I'll let it go ahead and play out. So thank you for watching, and we shall see you in the next episode.
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
I don't know what that noise is from. Sorry about that.
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's controls.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Captain, hunters!
Hang on.
Crunch.
Time for a little payback.
Dead hunters.